Authorization and docking code received and verified. Welcome, Starfinder, to Absolute Station.
Greetings and salutations, travelers, and welcome to another episode of Dead Suns, Starfinder, or as we like to call it, Adventures in Space. And I'm going to apologize now because my voice is not very happy, so I will not be necessarily as inflective as I usually am. We just have a couple of announcements before we get going, so Adam, I'll let you take that.
All right. So announcements that we have going on. We are on session 11, I believe. So if anybody wants to know, that's where we are.
Yep.
We have, or wanted to make sure everybody's remembering that we've got our Patreon going, and that on that Patreon page, you can see an announcement that Kane has promised to run a game at 100 subscribers on YouTube.
And when we get there in 3 years, it's gonna be a hell of a game.
I don't know that it's gonna take 3 years, considering how we're at 80 now, 81. We're at 81, I think. So just a few more. We can get that in a year. So Kane might have to run a game in 2018. Oh, so there we go. For those wondering, wanting to keep up with the CR monster discussions that we're having that we're recording on Mondays and then putting up on the channel, they are the latest one is going to be on Black Dragon Gaming, and we went over encounters using monsters from the CR2 to 4 level. Just for future reference for people, we're going to stop taking larger chunks and just take 2 CRs at a time next time, because it takes a while to get through those. So, and to do any kind of justice to them. So that's the main thing that we got going. And this is the last week for people that want to subscribe. They not subscribe, but become patrons. The giveaway that we're having, our winter giveaway, is going to happen next week, and we'll put out. We will announce who gets it. If anybody goes on and they subscribe and they become a patron, they're automatically entered into that giveaway and it's going to be dice this time. It's going to be a big bag of Gull Splitter dice, I think is what it was. And then I'll actually want to talk to the person that gets it, see how they like the dice, because I might like some dice too. But those are the announcements that I have. So I'm ready to go ahead and adventure in space.
Right?
Space.
All right, so when we last left our adventurers, we had encountered and experienced the amazingness that is academia.
Yeah, and Greg did a very impressive job of making me never want to go to college.
As you sell the dean drugs.
Or
I'm going to be studying, by the way.
Hey man, if I can go through college selling the dean drugs, that's a whole different story. Thank you.
Depends on the college.
Mm-hmm.
And the drugs?
Yep, that too.
Well, presumably.
True.
So after experiencing and navigating the college system and basically getting a professor off the hook for some rather inflammatory comments that he made during a lecture, you guys sort of negotiated that whole thing, and he was going to do some research for you and transcribe some of this information down for you, so you could potentially get looking into where some of the research came from, and where other ruins of similar design had been found otherwise. So if I remember correctly, last time we left off, Labian's 21-2 had basically said that if you give him about 8 hours, that he would have a transcription ready for you. Is there anything you wanted to do in between that, or just sort of a flash forward to 8 hours later?
If I remember right, we fixed up the ship and stuff like that too.
We did.
Yeah, but we did that before. And now we got like 8 hours to spend.
Yeah, that was
I know what I'm doing on the ship. And do I need to describe what it is?
So all the players can be just really sure.
well, do we have? Is this a PG-13 level? What you're doing on the ship? Or-
He's not jerking off, if that's what you're asking.
I'm sure.
We really should put like ratings on these things. This following thing is rated R.
How many times can I say? Yeah, I was gonna say, how many times can I say "fuck" before we lose our PG-13 rating? Once.
Once.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yep.
We've lost it. It's gone.
Like,
It's gone forever.
We're with 14A now. Like if something's 14A, you could have straight up people getting sawed in half. And
Now remember, that's a Canadian rating system. It's much different in the States.
Yeah.
as we let our kids.
Deadpool was 14A here.
wow.
Really?
Yeah,
It-
it is
that's
not an
pretty
R-rated
awesome.
movie in Canada.
It is in America. I don't know
It's
what you
still
guys
in-
watch up there, but it must be some intense stuff.
It was because of the Zamboni. However, back to
Yeah, that was more of a PSA on how dangerous Zambonis are.
All right, so you guys are doing your things through the night. So if that's how that's going,
Can we sell the robot?
if
Did
you
you
want
say
to
smell the robot or sell the robot?
I heard smell.
Yeah, I also heard smell.
I
Says
think
the rat folk.
I think we can
Oily.
smell the robot. But what I want to know is if we can sell the robot.
if
I
you
just
want
got to make
take
sure.
it to
You
the.
mentioned earlier about being able to taste us, and just curious as to what it is you're doing in your free time.
He's inventing smell-o-vision.
Revolutionary.
Well, let's go.
Please no. I'd rather focus on holographic projection, not smell-o-vision.
Yeah, I'd never be able to watch CSI ever again.
Oh,
All right. So yeah, if you want to try to take that to the college, are you going to try to work with Alabian's 21-2 or with the Professor Muhali?
I like Muhali better.
I mean, Gon is not gonna try and sell it himself. He wants to sell it, but he'll probably let Wade do the talking. So whoever he prefers to converse with.
Wade would do the talking, but he kind of knows that Sophia wants this thing he, examined and understood. So,
I mean, I feel like we might be better off contenting ourselves with the research we're getting, as opposed to hauling around a 2-ton robot that's, is filled with a programming language that none of us understand.
Especially considering we get to buy the like hover sled or whatever to move it around with.
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
well,
All right.
Sophia doesn't care who it goes to as long as it's someone at the university.
Okay. So Wade would ask her first. He'd be like, Sophia, dear, I don't want to upset you. I know how attached you get to old technology.
She laughs a little bit. Yeah, that tends to happen.
Okay. All right then.
Who?
As long as you are okay with it, I will sell it to the university.
Of course. My whole goal was to get it here in the first place.
Oh, good. Then we can make money.
Fair enough.
So Wade would probably not sell it to Labians because he probably will not care. But let me see.
You gotta
Wade
find
does.
someone who does robotics, because I don't know that the professor in linguistics would be interested in it, because she specializes in linguistics, not robotics.
True, but she's the dean, so she may not.
She might know who to go to.
She might know who to go to, or have the university itself purchase it for that division of the university, which means you might get even a little bit more, because you can then write it off as an expense for. Okay, so I'm getting a little too. I'm thinking about it too much. We're probably going to go to the dean.
To the dean.
I don't think.
Dean's better. That's all
Yeah, I don't think that Wade knows anything about Rod's dealings with the dean. So otherwise, he would bring Rod as a kind of aid to him.
Well, I mean,
and-
it ain't like me and the dean rent an RV and go out into the Nevada desert to make meth together. I just sold her drugs once.
That counts. That's a step in the right direction.
It's a step in the right direction to building a quality relationship related around drugs and other illegal substances
And RVs.
and RVs.
I love you, good RV.
Don't forget the car wash.
Space RV.
Yeah. All right. So he would go to the dean, and probably he would, of course, try to relay to her how important of a discovery this would be and how beneficial it might be for the robotics and advanced technologies division and even ancient technologies division and pre-gap studies to be able to look at this particular item.
Yeah, no, and she does seem quite interested in it as a research object for the school itself, and offers 2,000 credits for the robot itself.
Oh, 2,000 credits seems a bit low. Perhaps 26, and we call it good?
Roll diplomacy.
Ha! 25. I just got everybody 100 extra credits. I hope.
Nice.
Yeah, that would work. Yeah, no, so she will do that. What she does ask actually of you though is because she has actually tried to get a hold of Dr. Solstarny, both at home, in the office, and through personal devices, and nobody's been able to track down Dr. Solstarny at all. And being that you've been described as heroes of Absalom Station, if you would be willing to check out and see if you can track down any information regarding her, as it would potentially help you in your other search as well.
Oh, we will definitely keep an eye on her. Do you happen to an eye out for her? Do you happen to have her personal number so that we can call it in case she might turn up, or we might know where she is?
Dr. Muhali will say that that's fair. You can probably get a hold of her through the university. They'll have that and gives you the main line to the university. But suggests that if you were to take a look at the doctor's office prior to heading out, it might give you some clues as to what the doctor was looking at in regards to Zan's research.
Okie dokie. So Raid will thank her and start to make his way out of the office, and then he'll, once the door is shut nice and gently, and he says, "Thank you, goodbye," and close the door. He will quickly dial Sophia, say, "Sophia, you need to get up here. I got you access to that one professor's office that you wanted to visit with. Come up soon. Bye." Clicks off.
Sophia will be there just as quick as possible.
I respect somebody who's
Perhaps
too
bringing, perhaps asking if 06 will join her.
Of course, after you.
All right, they head to the university then.
Okay, sorry. So basically, what you're directed to an office door on the fourth floor, which appears to be made out of a heavy composite wood. It says Dr. Solstarny on the placard across the door.
All right. Sophia will check if it's locked.
All right, it appears to be locked. Yeah, you try the handle and it does not work.
Pardon me. Let me roll a perception check first before I just blatantly run into that trap. And so the curse of rod continues.
So could we go get the extra key? Maybe.
If you would like to try to do so, that is certainly a possibility. The door appears to be locked by an electronic key card swipe.
Okay. And that's an engineering check in Starfinder for like disabled device, is that right?
Computer.
In this case, it would likely be a computer's check.
You would need to hack
Okay.
it.
Here goes nothing.
No, sorry. No, you're right. Engineering for this. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, sure.
You're able to pop the card reader out, hotwire it, and the door unlocks.
All right, I will step back, bow politely, and wait for Sophia to enter.
Sophia will knock first, see if anyone responds.
No response from behind the door.
Then she will crack it open just a little bit, peek inside, like not all the way, just a little bit.
All right. Well, what you see in front of you is the office is in disarray. Cabinet doors are ajar, several stone artifacts scattered across the floor from open archival drawers, and a traveling bag open and half packed. The computer on the desk is at the far end of the room and is dark, but a diode at its base blinks regularly.
06, it looks like quite a mess in there. Would you perhaps head in first? It seems like there was some trouble, perhaps.
Of course. I will step in and make another perception check to see if there's anything like gonna jump out and bite me.
You don't see anything dangerous as far as you can tell.
Okay. I believe it is safe, my friend. Please come join me.
She will step in. You said there's some stone artifacts scattered about. She will first take a look at those.
As will I.
Let's see. Interestingly enough, these are really just physical artifacts that were found, and from dig sites, nothing appears to be overly special. Just looks like they were strewn across the floor while in search of other information or what have you.
Sophia will take a peek at the blinking diode and try to guess what it is. She's not going to touch it yet, but she wants to figure out how that's separate from the rest of the computer, what it's supposed to do.
It's just the light on the computer, like when your computer
like that?
screen's dark.
Got it.
You know, where it flashes and says, "I'm still on, but I'm in energy saver mode."
Yeah. Okay.
It's just an LED, bro.
Hey,
I
you
didn't
never
if
know.
There's like an alarm or something, like a car alarm. I know they have little blinking lights.
Mm.
So she will boot up the computer, see if she can find anything on there.
Just by interacting with it, it brings up the login screen.
Brings up the login screen. 06, would you lend me a hand? And she's gonna try and hack it.
Of course.
Okay.
Hey,
Make your
medic.
computers check.
Glad you're doing it.
That would be a 28 on my end.
Okay.
So 30 all told.
Yeah. So you're able to hack into the computer. What would you like to try to find out?
She will try and see what was the latest research that Professor Muhali, correct?
This is Solstarny.
Solstarny.
Gilderoy Lockhart.
Yes.
That's Zan.
That Solstarny was
Come
doing.
on, people, get your NPC straight here.
There's so many and the names are so weird.
Hey,
All
that's
right, so
speaking.
what you see is that basically the calendar was accessed. That she's scheduled to be on a sabbatical for research for approximately 2 months, as approved by her department head and the authorities in Turhalu Point on the east coast of Ukulam. One of the recent files on the computer is a letter from Professor Muhali granting Dr. Solstani leave to depart 2 months early to take advantage of special conditions in the field. Signed 2 days ago. Let's see. And if you want to make a quick computers check for me.
Sure. That would be 22 on my end.
Okay. And you both recognize that this was actually a forged document generated by an offsite computer that spoofed Muhali's identity.
Is there any way to identify where that computer might be, like an IP address?
Not as far as I can tell, just that it is a forgery.
Okay.
The PCs, you guys also find a series of 15 separate messages exchanged between Dr. Solstarny and a person named Dr. Arub Pakwal regarding the research. Regarding the research into ancient elven settlements of Ukulam. The exchanges appear to begin fairly cordially as Pakwal and Solstarny discuss minor details of interest from the minimal research published about these sites. As the discussion continues, however, you notice that Pakwal grew more insistent and attempted to cajole the Kasatha to meet with him at a cafe called the Five Arches in Kabarat's Gateway District 2 days ago to appraise several artifacts he had recovered.
Artifacts from about what?
From the ancient elf city, right?
This for Pakwal, yeah.
Mom, is that
This
what I'm
was
reading?
from 2 days ago, but Solstarny refused, citing a busy schedule. If I can get both of you to roll a sense motive check for me.
13.
Okay. 06, you notice that Solstarny is becoming increasingly skeptical about Pakwal's motives through the conversation.
Okay. Can I make a profession archaeologist check to see if I know who Pakwal is?
Yeah, I think.
If you'd like to.
Yeah, I would like
Eh.
to. I'd like to do the same or assist or whatever.
The smarter idea might be just one of us Google it, honestly. Me trying to show off my big archaeologist brain here.
Well,
Giggle it.
quick giggle search on Arab Pakwal on Castroville's Infosphere shows that he published a series of articles about elven ruins over the past 6 years, and at first glance appears to be quite moderately well established academic. However, a lot of his articles appear to be poorly vetted in poorly vetted journals, or cite him as one of numerous secondary authors.
Interesting.
Indeed.
And basically, there are inconsistencies with his online bios and records, potentially suggesting he might be entirely fictitious.
So you said they were supposed to meet at some ruins somewhere specific in Ukalam. Where was that specific place again?
The Five Arches
No.
Cafe.
Oh, Five Arches was here, but she was on her calendar. She got a letter to go
She
investigate.
was going to be going to look at ruins, in... sorry, just give me 1 second. Basically, it was just looking for sabbatical to do said research.
Then we have confirmed that as a forgery, right?
The letter from Muhalia proving leaving 2 months early is a forgery.
Okay.
Sophia definitely has her suspicions about who might have done this forgery, especially considering that this other character might be fictitious.
Indeed. I'm gonna perception. You said there was like a bag that was half packed. Is that right?
Yeah, it is half packed, yeah.
All right. I'm gonna take a look in there and see what I don't find.
Okay. So, looking through the pack, it just looks like your standard everyday academic supplies. But what you do notice is that there's also stuff that looks like has not been packed away. That would normally go in a pack that would be used for exploratory expeditions. One of the cabinets that is a jar contains Dr. Solstarny's field suit, which is a set of basic Lashunto temp weave, which is fitted for Kasatha. You also notice there's a slight dent in the carbon fiber cabinet where someone appears to have collided violently with the furniture in a short fight.
Okay.
Did you say that there was an armor piece?
For Kasatha?
Lashunta temp weave.
Yes.
All right.
You also notice that there is a printed version of Arab Pakwal's invitation to the Five Arches. And you also notice there are scans of Halquim Zan's notebooks marked in red pen with annotations.
I see.
And basically, it looks like these tend to direct you towards Terhalu Point.
And
as,
through Hollow Point, is that where the ruins were that she was like the sabbatical, the 2 months early thing? Is that right?
that's basically as Zan describes it in the notes, the accursed pyramid city of Lascialu,
All right.
to which Solstarny helpfully writes that this regards what's now known as the Owatia culture, a poorly understood dynasty of Elven immigrants to Ukolam.
Interesting.
Indeed. This one feels that there is much more going on. Perhaps we should go and gather the rest of our companions. Perhaps we should pay a visit to this Five Arches, see if we can learn something more.
Perhaps, although she was at her trip was supposed to be at Ukolum. Perhaps she is gone or was taken there.
Indeed. It is a... This one does not know where to begin.
Well, what I can see, there's half-packed bag, and she already left. That makes no sense. Why don't bring packed bag with you when you travel?
You do make a point.
Wade looks down at Gon, makes brief eye contact with him, and says, "It would probably be good to bring her bag and her suit with us in case we find her."
Yes, it is also evidence. It is, yes. I will take care of it.
Wade looks down at Gon, gives him a big, over-exaggerated wink.
We should we might want to inform the dean that there was perhaps a fight in this office, as you mentioned.
This is a good idea, shall we?
Let's go.
Before we leave, I'm gonna. Does the data pad thing, does that have enough storage on it to where I can download the hard drive of this computer onto it?
Like your standard computer?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just do that real quick and then accompany Sophia as soon as it's done transferring.
Okay.
Gon will take a quick look if there's anything of value that also is evident.
Sure, if you want to take a quick look in terms of perception check for me.
23.
Based on this, not that you see, not just that Lucienta Tempweave suit.
All right.
Okay. So you guys make your way back to Dr. Mahali's office. Let her know. What did you want to say?
I will allow Sophia to do the talking.
Yeah. We investigated the professor's office. It seems like there was some sort of physical conflict that occurred in there. We just thought you should know and should keep campus security on the lookout.
She responds with she'll do one better and call the police service for the area and have them look into this in more depth. Basically, that she'll start an actual missing persons investigation about it.
She nods and mentions that there was conversation and notes about going to Hollow Point in Ukolum.
She replies with, well, I know that's where she was looking to do research. It is a very tightly guarded ecological preservation zone. So travel is very much restricted to and from the area, especially with space travel and starships. They don't have a lot of landing bays, nor do they allow many ships to travel to that area. If you want to get more information as to how to do that, potentially looking at the Port Authority may be your best bet to do so. And if you're willing to search out for her, what a missing person, she would be very much appreciative of that, and any further information given to her, again, would be very, very happily received.
Understood. Thank you very much. And she will step out of the office.
We need to find like a hiker master that knows how to get from where we are to there.
Perhaps, but we just got word that we might be able to talk to the Port Authority, that they would be appreciative of any information regarding the missing persons case, which, giving that information to them, they may just allow us to travel there. It's protected as it is.
Right, we might get to travel there. Doesn't mean that we know how to travel there.
We might be able to travel there by starship, but I don't know if it being an ecological zone would affect that. We probably should ask the Port Authority what they think.
Prior to leaving, Dr. Muhali does also mention that it's surprising that they haven't heard of any incident in the office, as there are security cameras in the hallways.
Ah, perhaps whoever was doing this was able to wipe any footage or blank anything showing them coming in or out.
Or it was a space ghost.
If you want to take a look at that, the receptionist should be able to assist you in finding that information.
Thank you. I do appreciate it. And just to let you know, it appears that someone forged a document coming from you granting her 2 months 2 months early leave to take advantage of special research conditions, quote unquote.
That is very disconcerting, and that raises her suspicions even further.
All right. Sophia will step out of the office and make her way down to the receptionist.
And the Lashunta receptionist sitting there looks up at you and says that he's been expecting you, that if you wanted to come around to his side, he would be able to show you the recordings for the last week in that hallway.
Okay, she will come around and take a look.
Okay. Scanning through, you see a video log that shows a trio of Karasha Lashuntas carrying heavy backpacks and wearing uniforms entering the building about 2 days ago in the late evening. After make that three evenings ago. After all reception personnel had left, they took the stairs up, it appears, but there doesn't seem to be any footage on the actual floors of these individuals, or even leaving the building.
Sophia will point that out and make a copy of it on Theo.
If anybody who's looking at the video wants to make a culture check. Okay.
These were a bunch of Kasatha or Lashunta mercenaries?
They were Lashuntas that you noticed. Not necessarily mercenaries, but so for those who rolled over 13, you recognize the uniforms as those of the Gateway District's Port Authority. And Sophia, you do notice that there are inconsistencies in the footage on several floors, including the 4th floor where Solstarny's office is, suggesting that somebody hacked into the building's security cams and looped footage of empty hallways to hide whatever they were doing.
You said there was on several other floors. Which floors were they?
Basically anything that had any of the floors was basically an empty hallway. It's the same empty hallway on all floors.
On all floors, got it. Not just... Okay.
So the Port Authority were the ones that came and got her?
Or they just had uniform from the Port Authority.
Is there anything on that first one that gives us clear facial features, or no?
No, just that you recognize. It's all from the back of the head.
Anything where, if it's from the back of the head, can I see like their shoulders, maybe a name patch or something?
Nothing that pops out, no.
You need to enhance. Zoom in and enhance.
If only it actually worked like that.
Because that's a thing, right? Right? I mean, you believe CSI, don't you? And every other crime show that's made.
So, should we ask
Except for the X-Files.
The Gateway District Port Authority if they have like uniforms that are missing?
That might be a good idea, but it might also provoke unwanted attention. I'm not sure which would be best.
No, we can go in and go out like no No one will ever notice. Isn't that right, Wade?
Well, whoever took her is going to know that we know that she is gone and not off on purpose, because the dean is going to report her as a missing person. That means that we have limited time to go and find her at Ukalam.
Perhaps we should talk to the Port Authority before the professor gets their call in.
We will have to do it quickly then. Also, best not tell them that we plan to go to Ukalam and find her, unless they seem to be interested in making sure she is found too.
That is very wise, Wade. Perhaps if she has not made the call yet, we could ask her to hold off for 15 minutes or so while we go to the Port Authority.
That sounds fair. I will go tell her. Goodbye. And Wade
Alright.
would go and ask her for 1 day, to give us 1 day head start before she starts a full missing persons investigation, to set off that whole big thing that's probably going to, that whole big investigation.
She doesn't like the idea of holding off, setting up searching for a missing colleague.
We are simply unsure, based upon your security footage, who could be involved in the local government and who might not be.
She agrees to let you look into this further with university support, and extends a stipend of 2,500 credits for the lot of you to do so, suggesting that if you need to get to Tahulu Point, that the Ayudara are likely your best chance of getting there.
The Ayudara.
Ayudara, thank you very much. You have been very helpful. Goodbye.
Was that pay in advance or pay if we find her?
It was a stipend, so in advance.
All right.
Dude, we credits out of our ears today.
Right?
We're gonna need them. Everything is so expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So 2,500 each.
No, 2,500 for the group.
Nice. I see.
Wanted to run it by you, I mean, just to be clear. Okay, Ayudari. So Wade text. Need to check with Ayudari. Point. Face. Thumbs up. Hearty heart. And a bunch of other emojis.
Oh boy.
No. They should be able. You should be able to put gifs in. You should be able to put gifs in your text messages by then. There's like a yes gif.
So is that something we actually hear? Is that noise, or is that something in someone's
It's just the
mind?
office. That's the office
Okay.
work.
Gotcha.
It's called
So-
immersion.
Sophia will relay the text because she's been keeping an eye out for text from Wade in case he gets more information. And we'll do a giggle search to see who the Ayadara are and where she might find them.
The spelling is AIUDARA, and it roughly translates to Elf Gate. And they are not people, they are things. It is a magical gateway that is used for transportation throughout the world.
Is there
The only way to access it is through the Port Authority itself.
dang it. So we're
They
gonna
really
have to-
want us to go through that Port Authority.
I know. It's almost like there's going to be a fight there or something.
I know, right?
You get a text, Wade, from Rod, that reads, "Are you guys done at the college yet? I'm tired of playing Mortal Kombat 37 in the holodeck."
Wade text back. Why is Yudah still beating you up and down?
Hey, scrub!
He was until we switched to Call of Duty's Honor, the dutying.
It's much too fast for me.
So I guess Sophia is making her way to the Port Authority and hoping people are coming with her because she's a little nervous about the whole thing.
I'll go with her for sure.
Is anybody else going with, or
Is
just?
that the thing we take the ship to? Is anybody going to tell me and Yudah that you guys are going there?
Yeah. I was
Did-
about to say Wade would probably want Yudah and Rod to be there. Not necessarily. Everybody doesn't have to go in at the same time. I mean, a couple people, like the androids, could go in. Go and tell them that we need to have access to the elf gate. Get in there, stuff like that. And then if things go down, see, we're already in the lobby, just sitting around, not doing anything, waiting our turn.
Withheld actions.
Is it far to get there?
Held action to obliterate.
It's within the city itself. It's just in the gate district of the city itself.
Like, well, while we gather everyone at one spot, Gon will like go into a bathroom stall, and then exit out with the Lushant temp weave on him.
Okay.
I don't think it's fitted for him.
No, that's why he went into the bathroom stall.
So we could make some alterations.
Small
There's like-
alterations.
Small
Or like
alterations.
Fair enough. Can I get you to roll? Is it a roll for that? I can't remember.
Profession Taylor.
I think I could just take 10 on it.
Yeah, then you're probably right with the engineering, as long as it's higher than the item level or something like that.
And
Yeah.
it's a DC 18,
What-
and I have 22 or something. With
Yeah.
10.
Wade's used to
Passive
him spending
engineering.
that much time in the bathroom anyway, so I mean,
Well, he's got to
He takes
make
very,
himself
very
clean,
long
right?
rest shifts.
well,
It's just small little droplings. That's not the issue. He always gets stuck on his phone, you know? That's what's taking time.
he's in there. He's in there. Wade bangs on the door. Are you done yet? I've almost got high score.
Yes,
Playing Flappy
just
Bird.
finishing
Your
up.
butt
yeah,
is going to
He's
fall
been playing
asleep.
this old like retro shooter bullet hell on his phone that just kills the battery.
All right. Yep. So you guys are making your way towards the Port Authority then.
Yep.
You all meet up at the Port Authority itself, and you do see that it's a fairly well guarded area. Security guards and what have you. You see a number of port workers walking by in the open. So how do you guys want to approach this?
Wow.
Sophia
What
will
are,
let
what are we here for?
Wade do the talking.
Oh, Wade do the talking. Yeah, let the mystic go up and be right on the front lines. Yeah,
Nobody shoots you anyways.
well, that's true. I have some kind of weird armor.
That's not
All
about
right.
that. It's that he's a better talker. He'll be able to negotiate things so things go smoothly. Is the idea.
Unless they use their face character,
Yeah.
the Jedi.
What am I
Well-
honest gonna do?
Gun will
Roll-
ride on his shoulder.
I don't know why
Not
they.
on my- Wade will drag Yudah along with him. Come on, Yudah. I need you.
These are not the adventurers you're looking for.
Mm.
I feel like Yudah's kind of like sweet and personable in person, but it's still kind of like bringing a pothead to a debate. It's not.
Yeah, it's he's got the charisma to make it happen, but he doesn't have the int to formulate whatever that is.
Why do they call them fingers?
Yeah.
You never see them fing. Oh, there they go.
Never see a ladder lad.
Bro, how high are you? Like 5'8"?
There you go. Okay, well, he's bringing him along not just because he's got good charisma, but because if something happens to Wade, he's right there, and he has this lightsaber thing.
I will blow them up with the sun.
The sun.
As soon as he gets one of his crystals to add effects to his light blade, that it's even better.
I can't afford that, but I can
can
afford
now.
a fancy new suit, which I will get
All right.
after we are leaving the planet.
Okay. So Wade will say, "Okay, Yudah, just follow my lead. Play it cool."
It's the only way I can play it.
Wade just looks at him. "I do believe you." And he walks up to the counter.
Yudah looks doubtful.
All right. Hello, sir.
Hey,
Hello, sir or madam. What is your name?
This one's designation is Z35.
Z35 sounds like a intellect. What was it?
A contemplative.
Yeah, contemplative. All right.
It's just it's an android. I just can't put a lot of inflection in my voice right now.
Oh, it's an android. Okay. Hello, sir or madam. I am needing to use the elf gate, please. What forms or things will I need to do that?
First, you need to apply for your standard visa, which is usually a 2-month waiting period. Extenuating circumstances can, as long as you are sponsored by the general office, can be expedited. However, you are looking at essentially waiting in line like the rest of us.
Oh,
What is your destination?
I am sorry to hear that. We were very much needing to go to, where is that name? Where'd it go?
Halu Point.
Ukalam and Halu Point. It is official Starfinder business, he says, putting his badge down. And we have made sure that the university also knows we're going so that we can bring any necessary information back to them.
Have you contacted the Through Hollow Point's authorities?
But we would very much like their information if you could supply it to us.
Certainly can provide you with their contact information.
Is in charge there.
I would have to put you in charge. I would have to put you in touch with their main line.
Oh, goodness. That sounds like it would take a long time.
Wait, remember we have like thing we can say to speed it up.
Oh, thing we can say.
Yes, we have the missing person thing. Like we need to go now. Like we need to go yesterday.
I am still not sure if they are in on it. Okay, well, if they attack, at least we have Yudah. How would he broach that? Mr. or Mrs. Z35, may I please speak with your supervisor so that I may know, so that the two supervisors can speak together?
I can put you in touch with our gate controllers, certainly. If you'll bear with me about half hour or so, I should be able to get them down here. Gareth, just one moment, please.
Okay.
Comes back, goes onto the phone, starts talking.
Relay the
Comes back
situation to the others via.
Comes back to you. Ryuri will be down in about 45 minutes or so.
Oh, that sounds acceptable. May we come back at that time?
As long as your times match up. Ryuri is unfortunately fairly busy.
Oh, all right then. I will wait. And Wade will take his large body, set it into a medium chair, and sit quietly. And
Yudah
say,
goes,
all right.
he sits next thing you brought me, eh?
Yes.
We could not
He
have
says-
done
he
this
slaps
without
his-
you.
He slaps his leg and he says, I wanted you there. I wasn't sure if they were going to shoot me.
Doesn't seem like they're gonna, so good call.
Unless they're
Yes.
like calling the boys and getting everyone here to shoot us all at once.
Hey, look, Waydaga. Hey, look, Gone. I got a magazine, waiting room magazine.
Oh, yeah. I have not read that issue.
Let's enjoy.
Gold chains for old men. Ah, yes.
I like the gossip one. But
Gossip.
the royalty.
You know all that stuff is lies.
And celebrities.
None of that is true.
No, it's the sliver of truth in every lie.
She did not have 8 babies in a single clutch. That's not how movie stars do it.
All right. So about 45 minutes passes, and a female
Wait,
Demaya Lashunta comes into view. The receptionist you see waves at her, points at you. She walks over. Yes. May I help you? My name is Rayri.
What did she say her name was? Rayri?
Ray Yiri. R-A.
Rayri.
I'll write it in the chat.
Ray Heary.
Uh,
Or no, just Ray Yeary.
oh, that's an odd way to spell that.
Are you the lady with the paperwork?
I was told you needed to talk to me regarding something important.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Is there a place that we can speak privately?
Yes.
Certainly, if you come into the back office with me.
Right.
And he'd actually wave everybody to the back office with this one.
All right.
He'll just kind of mumble and shuffle.
Theo, go along.
So you enter into this office that is about 12 by 10, and you're all awkwardly sort of just crammed in there, while Yuri goes into the back behind her desk.
Rob's got a
Looks
little
at-
bag of pretzels he got out of a vending machine.
Imagine if a grenade would go
I was
off
going
right
to
now.
tell you. I was going to tell you to go for food while we were waiting on her, but I didn't want to have you guys miss anything. Out for lunch or something. Okay.
So looks okay. Now that we're all here, what can I do for you?
Okay, very good. I will cut to the chase. He will put down his badge, his Starfinder badge, look straight at her and say, "Weeding the disappearance of Professor Solsterny from the university, we are under the authority of the Pathfinder Society and are also investigating for them range and writings that have been unearthed on the floating drift rock that was found not far from Absalom Station. We would very much appreciate your and the supervisor on the other end of your elf gate for transportation."
So you're here to find out information about an asteroid that's outside of Absalom Station?
No, there were things found on that asteroid that may be connected to a point to the ruins at Terhalu Point.
Okay, I can certainly set up. I can certainly set up the paperwork for you. It will take approximately 2 months in order for it to be processed.
Listen, lady, there's a missing person, and there's shady business going on, and we need to find the missing person before it's too late.
What
We do
missing
not have
person?
Yes, we do not have 2 months of waiting for papers to fly around. We need to go like
What?
now.
What missing person?
The Professor Solsterny from the college here. They will be notifying the authorities of it tomorrow and launching a full investigation. We simply want to get ahead of anyone that might try to stop us from such an investigation, as we believe there was foul play involved in her disappearance.
Well, why wouldn't you go to the authorities in the first place?
Because we have evidence that there might be some involvement with certain authorities.
Well, that is very disconcerting. However, without proper authorization, without due cause, my hands are tied.
He will look
So-
over at Sophia and say, "Would you mind showing them the video?"
That's exactly what she was gonna do. She's gonna go up there. She's going to start playing the video, and she's going to point out, noticing how the officers, Port Authority officers, are going up the stairs, but then they disappear on all the floors, and there's looped footage going on at the time of the disappearance.
She looks at the footage. Then you can see that it quite shocks her. She quickly pulls over to her computer, starts pulling up the assignment logs for the past 4 days or so, and confirms that no employees were sent to the university at all, and that she knows that there are very few people who travel to Terhalu Point, which is a largely decommissioned military base that now serves as a research station. And based upon the timeline of when this occurred, there's only one group that fits the description of what may have occurred. There was a group of a team of 15 that was carrying laboratory equipment, cryogenically frozen organic compounds, and specialty foodstuffs with authorization from Cabaret University of xenoarchaeology and xenoanthropology. And according to the records, Customs confirms the contents of all the crates through the documentation, though the documentation's a little on the sparse side for Rayuri's liking. And she shows the piece, you guys, the passenger data, which indicates that the group actually included both Dr. Sostarny and Arab Pakwal, and consisted of a Kasatha, a Shirin, 2 humans, and 11 Lashuntas.
That is,
Now you see why we are so interested in getting there quickly.
I can completely understand where you're coming from, but just because this suspicious group goes through, I can't necessarily let a second potentially suspicious group through as well.
Oh yes,
What
we
is
are
so
very-
suspicious about us? I mean, look at us.
We're more like ragtag. We're not suspicious. We're ragtag.
Is there any way we could get Chiskis to vouch for us?
We do not need the paperwork.
Roll a diplomacy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why not? That'll be a modified 24. I doubt it's believable, but it's certainly charming, if so charmingly stupid.
She replies with, "This is not the movies." No.
Oh.
I could always assist, but
Basically, if you can get the university to issue a direct statement stating that you are going there for research purposes, then she can do so.
Okay. We got an in with Dr. Muhali, so work out.
And how fast can we get through the gate once we have this given to you?
If you can confirm and verify the information, we can get you through there ASAP.
That is good. I like ASAP. Much better than 2 months.
Does this document need to be
Yes.
hand signed, or may it be done so digitally?
Most documents are digital.
All right. Sophia will begin emailing Professor Muhali, saying that they are at the authorities, the Port Authority, and need a direct statement from the university stating that they are going to Hollow Point for research purposes in order to
Okay.
get through.
It takes about half an hour for the documentation to come through. Are you guys
unless
heading
she's out of
there?
her office, Wade would just sit in her office.
Meanwhile, we're waiting. Right, so we have never been to other side of gate. Can you give us like top 5 tips beyond the gate?
Keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times.
Keep one hand on your gun.
Don't you trust anyone.
Basically, think Stargate, breathe out as you go through the event horizon.
And remember, the only man you can trust is a dead man. Or a gringo like me.
All right. So Sophia will be sure to show that documentation to the officer we are with.
Well, the documentation would have been sent directly to Ray Erie.
Oh, Ray Erie? Okay. So then
All right.
are we just going through? Is that it?
Unless you guys are waiting for anything else or want to look at anything else before going.
Okay, so what
clarify, is
documentation
this
is
a
this?
gate-
So I can write it down?
It's just
Literally, it
permission-
was
is,
just
act-
permission from.
What, from the dean?
Yeah.
How much power
University.
does the dean have? Is she also the mayor?
No, it's more just the fact that in order to get through, they need to have official sanctioning, or rather, you have to have official sanctioning to go to the research base.
Oh, okay.
All right. Sophia is all ready to go. She's just waiting on everyone else.
And I just want to clarify, this is a gate we walk through, not a gate that we fly our ship through, right?
Correct. Literally, it's Stargate.
Oh, all right then.
Chevron 1 locked.
All right. Finally.
All right, so are you guys just heading through, or are you guys gonna wait?
I'm tired of waiting. I've been waiting. Oh, we've been here like half a week.
Just, well, day and a half, but okay.
Like half a week. It's been like 2 years.
But we had good time though at the beach. Not so much
All
at
right.
university, but at beach.
Fair enough. So you guys are basically walk towards the Ayudara. Explain that what you're heading into is a wilderness preserve. So be careful that they protect the area with much. They want the area protected as much as possible, which is why they restrict access as much as they do. You're led up to the
Rod,
gate.
What?
you cannot go hunting. Oh,
That's,
picking.
all right. You worry about yourself. Thank you. All right.
Can we like defecate in the wild, or do we have to pick it up with plastic bag?
Are you sure
As
you
long-
can
No,
have a call?
that's funny. It's funnier because because we actually pick up our dog's poop in cities with plastic baggies. Humans, man.
Yeah. All right. So as you walk towards the gateway and start passing through,
I'll take it as a free for all. All right, let's go.
basically you walk out into this open air area in the middle of the wilderness, and the gate shuts off behind you, realizing that you were supposed to be going back to Alabian's 21-2 at some point for information.
No.
That's what cell phones are for.
They have like a reception, right?
Not great.
We'll have to climb
This
like
is
a
all-
mountain, and then we wave the computer, and then we get
That's
some
okay.
bars.
We got the printed copies from Solstarny's office, anyways.
Got some things, yes. So the station at Terhalu Point sits at the tip of a broad peninsula covered in rolling plains and expanses of tall, pale green grasses that shimmer with violet hues in the wind. Short-lived blooms of magenta fungus tower nearly 20 feet over the landscape, though many have begun to wilt and others are marred by bite marks of half a dozen sizes. Trumpeting calls echo across the plains as immense six-legged creatures with long swooping necks trek steadily across the grass towards the western jungles. Beyond rises the Singing Range, its peaks barely visible through the haze. And this is one of the it's mainly decommissioned, and you notice as a male human is waiting there for you on the other side.
Does he have a weapon drawn?
No, he's wearing a lab coat. Comes up to you and all right. Well, I got a call from Professor Mohali as to the reasons you've come. Packwell's group actually went into the forest, the wilderness, about just a little more than 2 days ago. Basically, the group, as far as I was able to tell, was a bunch of armed Lashunta mercenaries, and they were headed towards an elven ruin to the northwest to perform some sort of archaeological survey with the oversight of Dr. Solstarny. Though she did look slightly groggy or ill. If there's any maps or anything I can provide you, I can do that. I just don't know which site they were headed towards.
Now, you say they were armed? Can you be
yes.
more specific? Like,
Well, it sounds like a kidnapping. They needed researchers, so they went and got one. They're probably the same people taking her to Terhalu Point.
yes, but like, do we know what they were armed with, so we can kind of like prepare?
Guns.
Yes. Do you know how many guns there are in space? There's
Yeah,
so
I'm
many
aware at least
guns,
4 of them.
more than guns than stars.
I don't know what they were. I just did. Were guns.
Right? Were they long? Were they short? Were they like a round or like a pyramid
Yes.
shape?
Yes.
To all of those. All right.
All
So you
of
knew as
that.
much as I already told you. Great.
All
Perfect.
of that.
All of that. That is crazy. I want to see this.
I'm a bookman. I've researched. I am not this Indiana Jones guy.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, have you seen that from ER's TV too? That human is very interesting.
The only one they get though is Crystal Skull because it's the one with aliens in it.
Yeah.
If you could provide us with maps, that would be very helpful. Also, you said you have a way to contact Professor Solstarny, or not?
Limited, yes. We can get limited comm traffic through the area.
Not Professor Muhali. You said you received information from her. Is there
Just that you were coming through, and that
Name you're
the
looking
group
for.
to look at.
we were supposed to get some information from Alabian's 21-2 while we were back at the university. Is there a way you could patch us through to him? It might
I
be
can
helpful.
put a call through. We don't receive a lot of data.
That
Their
that
data
will have to
packet.
do.
I'm sorry, pardon?
That will have to do. Thank you.
Okay. And we'll put a call through to Alabians 21-2. Greetings.
Greetings, Alabians. This is Sophia from earlier. Did you? I'm sorry I was not able to meet up with you, but there were some.
I'm still in the middle of transcribing this information. I am very busy. What do you need?
We are at Dollar Point in Ukulum. We are looking for the ruins that Zan had gone to before. Have you gotten to that point yet? Do you know what they might be called or where we might find them?
Just the ancient city that you've talked about already, Ukalam. That's all I know. I have not made it through more than half of the transcriptions. I still have a good 4 hours of work before I will have gotten anywhere close to that.
Okay, thank you very much, Alabians. 21-2. I shall be back hopefully soon to pick them up. Do not wait up for me if you have to.
I would not do so.
Good. I will talk to you later. Goodbye, Alabians. Click.
You think he'd answer to Al?
I highly doubt it.
I have a question. Are there any vehicles in this area at all?
No. No.
Oh, no dune
there-
buggies?
Are there any like rideable creatures, like a mount?
Not that you see here.
That makes
It
sense.
looks at-
If they were going to trek the professor
Wait,
across open terrain, they would do it without vehicles because there were no vehicles.
I'm just making questions. Thank you very much, Rod. But yes, I'm just trying to figure out, like, is there any way other than walking to get from point A to point B in this place?
Just making an observation.
Yes, keep it to yourself.
That
Wade
you're
kind of
able
looks
to
at
determine.
Sophia will look at the researcher who's there. In your maps, do they show the location of Ukalam at all?
Not that I'm very well familiar, but there was an area that would potentially meet that, and he shows you an abandoned, what appears to be an abandoned city on some of the maps that they've been able to pull together. They do have multiple maps of the area. He says that it will likely take you about 10 to 12 days of steady travel on foot to make it there.
Do you know if there's a quicker way there, or no?
We can get you to the jungle's edge, but we can't get you there. We can't take you any further than that because it's too thick.
Well, that'll have to do.
All right, thank you very much.
Do you have any like mosquito repellent?
Dr. Mohali did tell me to provide you with what we can provide you with, and he walks you over to a crate of supplies, which includes a suit of Lashunta ringwear, Mark II, a carbon steel curved blade,
God damn it.
a sticky bomb
You just bought
grenade,
one?
Mark II,
No, it's better than the armor I just paid for.
4 doses of Tier 1 antitoxin, and 4 doses of spray flesh.
You just said- We're type 2.
Yeah,
Lashunta
I'm calling
ringwear
it.
That's huge. I want.
He also supplies 3 weeks of field rations to each player and up to 100 credits worth of standard ammunition each if you
Shoot.
needed extra batteries or rounds or what have you. You and also can take a consumer backpacks and mass-produced tents should you need those and not already have them.
Yes, that would be good.
I already have the super tent. You said 5 vials of antitoxin?
4 doses of Tier 1 antitoxin.
So
Ain't
Rod, you want the fancy newer armor. What armor did you just buy?
Golem Forge Mark II.
Maybe you maybe you don't need that.
You want to trade these downsies again?
These downsies? Okay,
All
what
right.
was that? Golden
And-
Forge?
Golem Forge 2. It's Mark II.
See, this is how it's going to work from now on. What Yudah's just going to wait for Rod to upgrade his armor.
We can sell off the hidden soldier
Yes.
armor unless someone else wants.
He's just waiting so he can buy that crystal so that he can empower his light blade, basically. He needs
Well, I mean-
3,000 credits.
Yeah, there's no reason not to if they're just going to hand me shit that's way out of my level.
Yeah. What gives, Starfinder? Come on.
Mark 1, 2
Must
doses of
insert
spray
the math
flesh.
tab.
I just have to make sure that the armor that were evidence were the basic one and not the advanced one.
It's the base. It's the armor, the Lashunta, or
Yeah.
which armor?
Temple.
The ringwear. It's just the
One is level 4 and one is level 8.
it's the basic Lashunta temp weave.
I figured, but I had to ask because who knows?
Yeah. Who knows? There may have been a misprint in there where it didn't specify, see?
All right. So once that's all taken care of, if there's anything else you guys need before heading out, you can do so.
The armor, the antitoxin, the spray flesh, extra ammo.
Sticky bomb grenade,
Mark
Just like a
II.
Mark 1.
Mark II.
Mark II. The steel curved blade.
Sticky bomb. Mark 2. Curved blade, which I don't need because I already have a longsword unless someone else wants it. Or we can leave it here.
No.
Yeah, I figured.
You say you've got the longsword.
Yeah, I've got a basic longsword already that I bought.
A curved
while ago.
blade.
The curve blade's 3d10 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, no
and it
carbon
has
steel.
3d6 bleed on it.
Is that carbon steel?
I believe
That's
that's what it is.
the.
That's like the nano one, right?
No, it says a carbon steel curved blade.
Actually amazing.
Yeah, it's
So
only
let me take a
1d10.
look. What's 1d10?
Does anybody want
With
that?
the d6 of bleed on critting.
It's officially better than my lightsaber,
Right now.
at least for another 3 levels.
Really?
Huh.
Yeah, it's a
That's
D10
on me.
and it has bleed.
The d6 of it, yeah.
Never mind. I guess I'll take the scimitar.
It's two-handed.
Hey, Mr. Tradesies Downsies.
Yeah, you want my longsword?
The longsword's what, 1d8 slash?
Still
Yeah,
better
so-
than my lightsaber.
So basically, the curved blade, if you want to put a Pathfinder on it, is a great sword with a 1d6 bleed on crit.
Or an elven curve blade from Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Carbon steel, two-handed.
Yes, sir.
Why
So
is
I
this
had-
at a research facility?
It's for research.
It functions
purposes.
as a machete.
I was gonna say for the giant man-eating plants.
Yeah.
So I heard something about like don't hurt the wildlife. Well, what's that all about?
You know what? I'm not gonna hurt the wildlife unless it tries to hurt me.
I'm gonna hurt all the wildlife. Not because I want to, because I know it's gonna want to hurt me.
Sticky bomb, curved blade. Was there anything else?
Backpacks.
Wade looks at you and said, No, I know that the animals will like you. I saw you. You love kitties.
All right. So basically, what ends up happening is they lead you. What he advises you is the route should lead them through fairly sparse lowlands around Terhalu Point into a densely subtropical rainforest to the northwest, and finally into the foothills of the Singing Range. He's more than happy to take you to the edge, where they can get you to, which is about 10 miles outside of the outpost. But from there on, you're on your own.
Okay,
muted.
muted. Okay, so I'm suggesting 1 dose of spray flesh each to Sophia and Wade because they're kind of our. There's usually one of them on either side of the battlefield, and 1 antitoxin each to everyone who isn't an android.
Okie dokie.
Well, I mean, we're not outright immune, are we? I think we just
No,
gotta go
but I think you get bonuses, don't you?
Pretty sure there's a +2, yeah.
DC should
Yep,
be
yeah, we do.
super high.
Yeah, we gotta be fine.
Spray.
Does anybody else want to start carrying grenades? Who isn't me?
Can I, like, you said it was a sticky bomb. Can I, like, without being proficient, if we need to, like, blow a door or something, can I just, like, tag it on a door and take off?
The sticky bombs are actually like Tanglefoot bags.
I see. I guess I
yeah,
could take
yeah,
it.
you can use grenades without being proficient with them. I can give you some of mine. I've got
Yeah,
a whole
but-
bunch.
But they suck
Sure.
if you
And what
don't
else?
have proficiency. Get a negative to the DC.
To the
Oh,
DC.
well, I mean, if he's tagging
Yeah.
a door with it, he's not going to take a negative to the damage.
Well, doors don't
The
make
door
DCs
saves
anyway.
on its DC
Yeah.
roll. It gets a reflex of 14.
Yeah, the door opens, avoids the explosion, and then closes again before the dust cloud settles.
Then I shoot the mimic a whole bunch.
What's the sword for? Mimics. I laugh, the bartender laughs, the table laughs, I kill the table.
We kill the table.
Yeah. But why did they kill the table? They have no idea that the table was evil.
Dodie.
Toti. Oh, Toti.
Gordy.
You are Toti's friend. You Toti's
Alright.
friend.
So
Well, I
Toti
guess-
dances a spray
well-
flash, and what else?
Anti-venoms for the non-androids.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one other thing besides the spray flash and the anti-venom, I thought, though.
The sticky
A
bomb
bunch of
and a
ammo
curved
and tanks and
blade
stuff.
and ammo.
And food.
Food,
And tags.
backpack, tent.
Extra
With
ammo.
tent and food.
Backpack.
And if no one else takes their food, he will take their food too.
Yudah looks
3
like
weeks of food.
if Vishnu was a space marine, so like I'm ready to go.
Vishnu.
Dude,
If anybody is watching this in the future, we want to see fan art of Vishnu Space Marine. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
that's what
Either
Yudah looks
tweet it-
like.
Yeah. And you got to be getting close to that 3,000 credits you need for your space plane, aren't you? You haven't been
Maybe.
spending anything.
Yeah, no, it's getting up there. With this last cash injection from selling that robot, it's getting up there.
Because I'm just saying, you don't spend your money on anything else. You got to be getting there pretty close.
We're saving up to buy the armor that Kane literally bought the step up from. So, like, we're good.
By the way, guide, what is your name? If you're gonna travel with us, we might as well call you something more fitting than, hey, you.
Oh.
I figured that was really kind of your modus operandi, wouldn't it?
I'm not traveling with you. I'm just taking you to the edge. But my name is Dr. El Nuaf.
If you're taking us to the edge, you're traveling with us, no?
For maybe
Also,
10
pull that-
Minutes.
Right.
Directions again, so I can write
Those
them
will be
down.
the best 10 minutes of your life, I guarantee it.
And with that, we
You're-
traveled to the edge while Yudah and Rod put on their proverbial pants.
basically,
or
it's just a
literal
very
pants.
general position on the map where he shows you, which the area looks like it is going to go through a fairly sparse lowland towards the dense subtropical rainforest, and then finally into the foothills of the Singing Range.
All right. Great
I figured
adventure.
a bunch of that, but whatever.
Here we go.
Okie dokie. We're getting ready. We're doing a thing.
Yes, we're doing a thing
Alright.
in the thing.
So they get you out to the edge of the conservation area and drop you off, and then get the hell out of there. And you have to proceed on foot through it. From what you can tell from your current location, the general direction is about 120 miles away from you.
Jesus. So when you say that they drop us off and then get the hell out of there, does it seem like they don't want to be here? Are they trying to like avoid where they're taking us?
Yeah, that's
just don't
just
want-
what I was thinking too. I'm not super excited about how happy he was to be not where we are.
Well, if the people that you're following are as dangerous as they seem to be, he doesn't want to be anywhere around them.
Oh, is
And
that
they
the only reason?
potentially
Does that have
I mean,
anything
they
to do with what's in the
jump
jungle?
you.
They have
Yeah, that's what I'm
long,
thinking too.
short, round, triangular guns. I mean, what isn't there not to be afraid of?
All right. So as you get dropped off, it's probably about late afternoon. Temperatures seem to be cooling off from what it was earlier, and you were noticing it was quite hot and muggy beforehand. You make your way
Place as much as the beach.
into the lowlands there. Basically, you're looking at the ability to travel about a mile an hour in this from the general look of it. From what it's saying in here is assuming a land speed of 30 feet. The characters can cover approximately 12 miles a day. About 12 miles a day. So depending on how long you want to go, we'll say that day is probably 8 to 12 hours. So if we say, we'll say that's an 8-hour day, which means you'll go about 1.5 miles an hour.
Whoa, so true. Run through the jungle. Don't spend no Yeah.
Run to the hill.
We're looking out for Charlie.
Gon will ride on Wade for as long as he gets tired.
Wade actually probably makes better time than everybody else if he didn't have to wait on them. 'Cause he's got like a 5 to 8 foot stride or something like that. I mean,
We got
You've got a much
be like
longer stride, and Rod is used to marching, so Rod and Wade probably pull ahead a little.
Okay, and as you make your way through these lowland plains, where you do start to see that the violet, almost thrush grass as it blows through the air, you come towards the actual denser forests, and it's quite dense. Normally, where you'd be able to see quite a distance through the plains, you can really only see. Actually, can I get? You know what? I'll get one of you guys to do the roll. 2d8, please.
Boom.
All right.
That was quicker.
if higher is worse,
So you can see approximately 70 feet ahead of you
even Wade?
because of the density of the forest itself. And it's not
Oh.
that the height's not going to help you on this one. It's the density of the jungle itself.
I was getting grass and then grassland forest. Was confusing me.
All right. So you make your way through the area into the actual rainforest itself. And if traveling, if I can get somebody to whoever's leading the party to make a survival check, please.
Well, for following what Mal said, that would be me, which is not good.
Oh,
Can anybody survival at all in the party? I'll roll it.
I have
But
Rod. Is Rod at the head of the pack? Who's at the head of the pack?
I was figuring probably Rod and Wade, but Rod can't survival.
Oh, well, I no, not me. No, no. Oh,
Wade's got the wisdom for it, if nothing else.
None of us survive.
Oh man, I almost spec'd into survival last level. Almost.
City kids in the desert.
So
We're
close.
doomed.
Yeah.
No, well, you don't need to be trained for it, so I'll roll it.
Boom! There you go.
We both did pretty good.
All right. You are able to pretty much determine the general path that you want to take and make your way along the path as you understand it towards your destination.
All right.
Don't scream if we get lost.
And or stuck in quicksand. That'll just make you sink faster.
So
What?
No. If you get stuck in quicksand, scream.
Oh,
Don't move.
Let's all the air out, and then you're not buoyant.
That's not how that works.
There's that
Okay.
low wisdom score in action.
So you make your way towards the destination. You get about depends on how long you want to go. Do you want to go for a full 8 hours, or do you want to stop at any point in time?
I want to go a full 8 hours.
Agreed.
Gon will eat
Yeah.
on the way.
Yudah's putting
Okay.
Yeah, what does it matter? You don't have to eat, walk.
So it's closing in on probably 10 o'clock in the evening, 11 o'clock in the evening. You watch as the sun is set far in the distance already. And you make your way, and you get about 12 miles. It's not exactly difficult traveling, but it's not bad. And you go between sort of foresty areas into more grass vegetative areas. Wade, your vision becomes a little bit easier as you crest over the 8-foot tall grass. Everyone else's vision seems to lessen in these grassy areas. And you get your 12 miles that day. If you would like to set up camp, you may do so.
Rod carves out like a big circular area in the 8-foot tall grass with his new gigantic sword.
Stands in the middle, spins around, pirouettes.
Use this whirlwind strike. Oh wait, we don't have that feat.
Where did all of these rubies come from?
We're rich.
Do it again, Rod.
That's how
Hey,
Mal's
listen.
gonna get his new armor right there, mowing lawns.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, so you set up camp, you relax, and sleep for the night, and have your long rest. Is there anybody who is going to be setting up watch?
Well, there will be a lot.
06 will volunteer to go first.
That's true.
I assume there are trees, not just like super tall grass.
There are some trees, but sparse in this area.
Well, Gon would sit in a tree and during his watch at least.
Okay,
06 would do the same if there's any trees big enough to like support a medium creature.
Yeah.
sure.
Just stand up.
For fun, roll athletics.
All right, can I roll acrobatics?
You're going to parkour up a tree. The climb's been taken over by athletics. Goodness.
All right then. Okay, so is it 8-foot tall grass everywhere, like all over the place?
It goes in graduals. At the highest is 8 feet. The lowest is 3 feet. But
Oh,
it's
jeez. So activating my jump jets in the grass probably not the best idea.
Burn the whole place down. I'm on board.
What was that about conservation?
Fucking it's grass.
It'll grow back, maybe.
In that
your
case, I
mind,
remember-
Have you ever seen a grass fire?
Yeah, across a conservation area where there's
No, but I love to see
organized
one.
fire department to stop it.
I think that's
Well,
just
if
called
it's wet grass.
Is the grass
Burn,
wet?
baby, burn.
Yes, just pee on the grass before you fly. That'll do
Just
it.
leak a little oil out and then go.
No, and then
Yeah, oil won't help you.
that one
Oh,
is-
don't leak oil out. Don't leak oil out.
It's special android oil. It'll be okay.
It's non-flammable.
Yeah. Otherwise, I have a
organic.
terrible disadvantage in a firefight.
Yeah, it's more like hydraulic lubricant.
That's a good point. You just didn't go off the fire.
Just one laser pistol.
It's not non-petroleum based lubricant.
Yeah, you feel
Oh, so is olive oil.
All right.
Androids are powered by olive oil.
Androids are powered by olive oil.
You have
Extra
to
virgin.
change that out pretty often so it wouldn't rot.
They're extra. Yeah. Well, they don't do that to reproduce, so technically they're all extra virgins. They run on olive oil.
Wait,
Yeah.
I mean, some might run on rapeseed.
Wade slips on his big sunglasses when he.
All right. So for the first person taking the first watch, I get you to roll perception. Actually, anybody who's taking watch, roll perception, please.
All right.
okay.
I'm pretty sure I can't climb again, so I don't know if I'm taking watch or not.
I mean, we can watch from the ground.
Listen.
I just want to be in a tree so I can hide if some like creepy plant dinosaur thing comes trying to eat us.
Yeah. When you realize that we're lying on the hairy back of some giant tree man.
Oh God.
All right.
All right.
I'll throw mine in there. Good.
Each of you on your individual watch is. It's not quiet. You do hear lots of wildlife, and you do hear the noises in the distance. But for the majority of it, appears to be very tranquil. Very little going on otherwise. For those of you more astute in it, it appears though that the band of people who left ahead of you were none too concerned about necessarily being followed, as they probably believed they had gotten away with it scot-free and were making quick work to the location they were going to.
So there's a super easy trail to follow. That's what I'm taking from that.
All right, so you do spend your nights and you awake in the morning.
At some point when Wade was setting up his and probably Gon's tent because they'll probably stay in the same tent. He would have approached Wade, not Wade. He would have approached Rod and said something along the lines of, "Rod, my dear battle brother friend, would you and he'd look sheepish. Would you help me set up my tent? I don't know how."
Are they like what is this like a pole situation? What kind of tents do we have in the space future?
We're living in the future, but we don't have like capsule corp tents yet.
I'm pretty
Yeah, I
sure it's
figured-
you put it on the ground and you press a button and it unfolds.
He does that. Rod does that.
Because we have the technology now that does it.
Yeah, they're just pop tents.
So Wade would look at it, and then he'd look back at the instructions that he found in the thing, and he'd just look up at Rod and say, "But that's not what the instructions said."
Let me
It's
see
like all
that.
these different diagram things.
He's got like an IKEA pamphlet, and it's not even for a tent. It's like for a bookshelf. I don't.
Well, then obviously you should be asking Gon, right?
Wait, who gave this to you? What even? I don't even know what language this is written in.
I don't know. It was in the bag with the thing, along with this one, and he hands out another one, and this one, and this one.
It's Space's version of Swedish.
Whose bag did you take?
I just grabbed a tent.
I thought he
Maybe
was
they
going to
put-
come over and ask me why my tent was so much nicer than everyone else's.
No, I figure you bought your tent. I got mine for free. Free things always are not as good as bought things.
Accurate.
But they're also free.
Besides, I didn't think that you wanted Gon to sleep in your tent anyway, so I wasn't going to make much attention drawn to how good your tent looks.
Oh, that's very kind of you, Wade. I don't think he'd want to sleep in a tent with a heater anyways. He's all covered in hair. He'd just get the night sweats.
Have you met a cat?
Gon,
Yeah, I don't know if rats are the same as cats. Also, I wouldn't let a cat sleep in the tent with me either. Last thing I need to do is wake up with Cat Gon's butt in my face.
In
Why?
a lot of
Is
cases,
that
you
weird?
don't have a choice.
Yeah,
All right, we have long day
that's
ahead.
okay, Gon and Wade sleep in the bunk anyway.
I
Yes.
figured.
Doesn't really matter.
Commando and everything.
All right.
Alright,
Did you have a weird thing about being naked?
okay. Alright, so I would need you to make another survival check.
Did you say there was a
Sorry
really
for-
easy trail to follow? Like these guys coming through, just like it's super obvious.
If you were to find said trail, it might be relatively obvious.
There's like chocolate wrappers and everything strewn around. Typical bad guys.
Not quite as good as
Shocker.
the last go around, but not terrible.
Alright.
You know they're evil when litter.
So Rod and 06 and Sophia start walking off in one direction, and Wade starts walking off in a separate direction.
All right, see you later.
Where are you going?
Weren't they?
It's over
Wait,
here.
where are you going? Weren't they going? This is north. He checks his
Yudah
phone,
has-
and he has to like update the widget that has the compass on it.
He's
With no
watching
data.
both you guys
Yeah.
go. He looks like a kid whose parents are getting separated. He doesn't know what to do.
It's okay, Yudah. They will see that I am right. Come this way.
Are you right?
Oh, yes, I am right. See, I can see their candy wrappers over there.
You're very tall. That's a good point. I'm gonna follow him.
Yeah.
I will as well.
That's probably
So follow the tall guy.
all the tall guy.
All right. So you make your way. All right. So you do make your way, and if I can get, yeah, okay. If as you make your way, you start to hear, of course
Start
not.
to hear the
You start to hear some trumpeting.
the
Some
DM
trumpeting.
desperately searching for a specific audio.
Trumpeting
file.
like animals or trumpeting like group of trumpets?
It's trumpeting like animals. Trumpeting.
Okay. That's what I thought, but you gotta ask.
That's simultaneously more and less worrying.
Of course. And this is getting closer to the end of your
Coming
day.
from?
So what you end up actually, can I also get you guys to do a quick perception check for me, please? Do androids have olfactory senses?
We do.
Mhm.
I'm about
Okay.
99% positive anyway.
All right. So you all start to smell a subtly sweet scent. As you approach an area that seems a little more trodden than others, dozens of huge beasts leisurely roam throughout the area, through an area you need to traverse, knocking aside smaller trees and trampling through the area, which appears to be a path that has been laid by people who've been here prior to you.
Life science to figure out if they're going to be.
Make a life science. Yep. Make a life science check.
That would be a 23.
And so you recognize these creatures as Yaruks.
Yarugs?
What you would know is that Yaruks are relatively common in their native states, like they're generally just grazing. However, these giant herbivores tend to stamp their feet threateningly if approached, and can actually end up stampeding.
That's not good. Trample is not good.
Hey, you guys want to have a startle party?
So they're not normally aggressive.
Unless they feel like they're threatened or something.
Well,
Unless they
okay.
are approached, is what I heard.
Well, we can go around or we can go through.
All right, space druids.
You just
I'm
walk.
gonna let you know right now, I ain't very sneaky.
Sneak. We just need to be just chill with it, you know. Just kind of play it cool and groove our way through.
It's like couch. You just walk the perimeter.
If they
Is this
start
still
stamping
through
their
this
feet, back
8-foot
up.
tall grass?
It seems to have been trampled down for the most part in this area by the Yaruks.
If they start stamping their feet, you know to back up.
Ba, ba, ba,
Right.
ba, ba, ba.
Let's have Wade go first.
Yeah, I feel like Yudah's already like walking out there. That's what that musical cue is.
Ba, ba, da, da.
Where did Yudah go?
Da, 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 da.
Yeah, Yudah's already like 50 feet out.
And
So you
being
guys are
trampled
walking-
actively.
So you guys are walking towards the Yaruks to sort of skirt them.
Gonna walk right, just kind of go weave my way through.
Is everybody else following, or is it just Yudah?
I mean, I'll follow Yudah. These animals are big enough to knock over trees. They probably don't give a shit about me.
I'm gonna try to stealth around them.
It's not like they're gonna spot your gun and be like, "Ugh."
I'm not trying to kill them. I'm just trying to not get stepped on.
Okay, so you guys are stealthing through and around to try to avoid.
I am.
Wade will turn to Gon on his shoulder and go, "Shh." Also stealth.
Yes.
Okay.
Gosh, I'm not rolling.
Someone rolled
He's just
much
not
better
making
than I did.
Well, I rolled a 19.
Sophia's gonna try and go through, but keep her distance from any individual ones, and keep an eye to see if they start stamping,
Okay.
stomping, whatever.
Stamping. How close do you get to these creatures, Yudah?
I'm going to stay as middle ground as possible, so I'm gonna like as far from them as I can while still moving through to the other side. Right, so
Okay, so you're trying to skirt the edge to a certain extent?
yeah, the closest I'm gonna get is if there's two that are closer together, at which point I'll just try to kind of through the middle.
As you get about 30 feet out from one of these creatures, it begins to stamp its feet.
Okay, I'm going to keep my hands low, and I'm going to step back slowly, and just kind of give it a little more distance.
As you make your way around, Wade, can I get you to roll a perception check, please?
Okie dokie. 16?
Okay. All you hear in the distance is a loud crack,
Uh-oh.
and you watch as basically a small tuft of dirt in the midst of the Aruks gets hit,
Insane.
causing
Oh,
them to become extremely agitated. They are beginning to stampede.
Yeah, Rod looks ahead of him, Rod looks behind him, and screams.
Okay. So, all right. So so how this works supposedly, it's a chase encounter.
Yeah.
So basically, what we do is each phase represents approximately a minute of action. The hours will begin, followed by your actions themselves.
Oh, I know what these animals are.
Long live the king.
No. Say it right. You have to say long live the king.
Alrighty then.
Ow, my feels.
So, fair enough. So what it ends up being is the Arex will act first, and then you guys will each have a chance to do something.
You're basically just
So-
enormous holes.
First round, of course. So you guys are basically running alongside, but you guys are running alongside these guys as of right now.
How very Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Run faster, wait.
So you guys are running alongside, and what ends up ending up happening is that basically what ends up happening is as they're following the senior animal, all of a sudden it shifts, veering in an unexpected direction, which means that you guys unfortunately will take a -4 to any skill check performed this phase. It
Okay.
is now your turn. You have the ability to use one of the following actions. You have the ability to activate your own spells or abilities you think may assist you in this area. Depending on what you think will do, you can do something. You can distract the Arex attention away from your companions. You can hide. Basically taking cover to avoid being attacked. You can navigate, identifying good path to temporarily escape the Arex. You can scramble. You can clamber over obstacles, swing across gaps, and what have you. And you also have spook. You can attempt to scare a Yarok to either make it slow or veer off course. You can attempt this as a ranged attack as your action, or you can squeeze, where you slip between two large obstacles, or nimbly cross fallen trees as a shortcut. So each person gets the chance to do their actions from that list, and let me just copy that over for you guys here, okay?
Is it?
I'm just gonna quickly put that into notepad.
What action is it to get up on top of one of them?
A rodeo check.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that would be an athletics ability check or something like that, those lines, right?
It's one of my only good skills, so
I mean, if you want to ride it, it would be a survival check.
I'm not handling an animal. I'm manhandling an animal, if anything.
Yeah, it would still be survival.
That seems like an ill-advised thing to do in a stampede. I'm gonna squeeze between two boulders. Quite easily flattened should one of them bump into a boulder.
I'll just stand right here. It'll be okay. Nope.
So,
What is navigate?
associated with an ability?
And 282 to 287. Is that what we're looking at?
I'm sorry, pardon?
Is each one of those associated with a skill check?
Function like a vehicle.
Yes, each one of those each one of those does that. This is a skill check challenge. Certain abilities there will earn you successes. Others do not account for any successes. Oddly enough, I can tell you that activating an ability may or may not count for a success. Distract does not earn a success. Hide does not earn a success. However, navigate, scramble, spook, and squeeze can earn you successes. It's really weird.
Okay, what is
Yeah.
scramble?
Scrambling is where
GTFO.
you clamber over obstacles, swing across gaps, or run ably through the jungle.
Please tell me that's athletics.
Yeah, it's athletics.
Yes, it's an athletics check.
So you can't hide and wait out the stampede?
Or just conveniently
Take
step
it.
out of the stampede.
Yeah.
What? That makes no sense. You have to run where they're running.
No, you
Haven't you
can
ever
Yes.
been in a stampede before?
you can navigate, which would earn you a success, which is a survival check, and you're identifying a good path to get out of the stampede.
Okie dokie.
Thing is, we want to go in a specific direction, too.
I'm gonna try to find the lead bull so I can entrust in him my life.
I don't want to go any direction but not trampled to death.
Yudah never returns to us. He just stays with the herd and runs with the herd.
So just joined the herd. One
His
good
Rome
stand-
Springer takes him to Castrabel, and on Castrabel he becomes one of these things.
right? The one day you just see me tied to a table getting wheeled off to a burger family, like, what?
All right, so we'll start with who wants to start.
Yeah, sure. I'll get trampled to death first. I'm gonna scramble up a rock or through the jungle, or is there a big
All
boulder I can get on top of? Maybe.
Well, basically, this is you basically running through the tall grass at this point in time. So as you're running,
My
trying to
only
basically
option
not
is
trip.
to outrun the bulls because I'm too crap at skill checks to do anything else.
Well, you're just trying not to get trampled.
I mean, you can spook them. Start shooting at them.
There's that too.
It's a thought.
Will that give me a success? Is spooking?
So you can intimidate as a spook. So it's enough to make it slow down, and you can attempt a single ranged attack as part of this action.
So I'd be shooting into them to try and kill one.
Basically, shoot at one to hit it. Yeah.
Oh, my intimidate's
You ain't
not
gonna kill one.
that good. So I'll just take the athletics. It's the biggest bonus I have.
All right.
-4.
Yeah, with the -4, I could roll intimidate at a +1. Woo! 15.
Does not succeed. So you're running and you stumble over an outcropping of grass as you are running. You stumble, but you keep going, but you're still in the thick of this. Next
I think Wade
PC.
and Gon are probably hide together. Probably.
Well, I'm going to, well, you know, the run's just begun. I'm going to summon up my solar mote and have it go into my armor. So I'll put on my solar armor and I glow with kind of a brilliant light.
Don't you choose one or the other?
Yeah, you can't have both.
Yeah, no, I don't have my sword right now. Because
No.
I-
You can only.
He means a
have
character
one or the
position,
other.
like at first level.
no, you can't change. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, in that case, I guess I'll summon my sword and use that as a distract. Kind of get the light up and wave it. Run this way.
Okay.
Want to see sparkling.
So you want to try to take take their attention?
Distraction, yes.
Okay. Just so that you are aware, this does not grant successes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Make your bluffer to intimidate check.
With a -4 penalty.
Modified 14 intimidate.
Okay. So what it appears is that you were successful in drawing their attention. They appear to be focused on you. You take a -2 to your AC for the next round. However, everybody else takes a +2 circumstance bonus to your AC and saves.
And that -4 is just to skill checks. Is that right? Nothing else?
Let me double check. Any skill checks, yeah, is your
Okay.
skill checks. All right. So Wade, you said you were going to hide, and Gon's going to hide with you, or
Yeah, I'm just gonna hide me and Gon, because I don't think. I mean, there's nothing really
Okay.
that we can do.
all right.
Go into the shadows.
Okay. Make your stealth check.
Just holding him.
That'll give
26 minus
Minus
4
2.
would be.
Because we got a +2, right?
Oh yeah.
to
The
what?
plus two is
+2
our skill
numbers.
checks. The +2s are saves and armor class.
Oh, so it's a 22 then for me.
Okay.
And if we're gonna be, I'm kind of holding Gon, so how much affects that? Maybe
So,
as an assist.
It does not grant a success. However, you do get a +2 circumstance bonus to AC and saves as of right now. Yeah.
Does that stack with the distraction?
Yes, it would in this case.
Okay, so +4 now on those things.
All right. Next person.
Okay, so for successes, we need to either spook or navigate or. I'm sorry, which one
The
is
success is navigate, scramble, spook, or squeeze, and potentially your abilities as well.
So what if I were to
Depending on
take
how
that,
you
like,
use
this
your ability.
sticky- What if I were to take that
Part-
sticky and just throw it behind me?
Are you targeting something, or are you?
I'm looking at the activated ability category.
Okay, well, no. Like, are you just planning on targeting a group of them? Are you just throwing it behind you, hoping it hits something, or what?
I will target a group of them, I suppose.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I will if I don't know what checks I'm about to make here, and if I'm not proficient with the grenade, I don't want to already have that -4 and then have to roll something and it'd be super terrible.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's gonna be super.
That's where I'm lost here. I'm probably
So-
just going with the distract.
Well,
Or spook, rather.
hide is so. I'll try. Distract is a bluff or intimidate. Hide is stealth. Navigate is survival. Scramble is athletics. Spook is intimidate, and squeeze is acrobatics.
And then spook is followed with a ranged attack. Is that correct?
You can do a ranged attack as part of it to give you a circumstance bonus to your intimidate check.
Okay, then we're gonna go that route because spook is a success, right?
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna probably shoot whoever is of the party, whichever one of the characters is in the most immediate danger of being pancaked. I'll shoot one over there.
Okay.
In theory,
I mean,
and then here's the
Yudah has
intimidate.
Yudah has the retention.
That is true. So I'm probably shooting Yudah's way. Intimidate has a -4 on it.
Okay. The attack does not hit. What are you firing? Just a gun or?
A semi-auto tactical pistol.
Okay. As you fire off, it goes wide of the animal, and you do not seem to spook the animal itself. It seems to be
Alright.
concentrated on Yudah as of right now.
Okay.
The next individual would be Sophia.
Colin.
So, do I know if these creatures are endangered based on my previous biology check?
You just, based upon your previous life science, were barely able to tell that they were Udax.
Okay, so I don't know much about them.
No.
Alright, if there's enough to cause a stampede, there's plenty of them in the area. So she is going to spend a full round action to magic missile and try and hit 3 different of them.
Okay, yeah. You can't do a full round action as you're running, correct?
You cannot?
Or are
Okay.
you stopping to do a full round action?
Yeah, I feel like stopping in the middle of a stampede would be a bad idea. So she will just try to hit 2 of them with magic missile then.
So you're just doing it to hit them to damage them?
No, to spook them.
So you alongside an intimidate.
Yeah.
Okay, so for that, let me just quickly double check what it allows for. Because you can do a single ranged attack if you want to do it as part of your spook, not as an activate ability or spell.
Okay, so darn. If that's the case, she will just try to. You know what? She'll daze one of them.
Okay. What's the DC on that?
Yeah, it's only humanoid
On it
creatures.
is 14, I believe.
It wouldn't work on these. They're not humanoids.
Oh yeah. Darn. Okay, magic missile it is. Just hit 2 of them to damage them. See if it does anything.
Okay, roll your damage.
Okay. That's 1 to 1. Or 2 to 1, sorry. And 2 to another.
They impact and do nothing to them visibly.
Okay. Oh, I tried.
Their turn.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right. So,
Let's get smushed.
sorry, I just got to scroll back up to the event. So, for the next turn, what you end up seeing is that they begin to trumpet. It's Yudah, actually, because of the fact he's distracting them. Can I get you to roll a fortitude save, please, sir?
Yes. With +2.
As you're struck by a low a wall of the brown note. Shit, your armor.
That's only a modified 11.
Okay, you take 7 points of sonic damage.
It's actually the trumpeting. I must be loud.
And you take a -2 to skill checks during this phase.
Do they have a big snooty nose that they're trumpeting with?
Yes. Yes.
how do you spell Onyx in this? Because I'm thinking of like an Oryx, like
Y-A-R-U-K.
Y-A-R-U-K.
I wonder if that's in the Alien Archive.
It is, I believe, in the Alien Archive. I know it's in the supplement here, but okay. So who's going first to try to gain some successes?
I'm no longer taking an egg 4 on skill checks. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right, let's see if I can roll terribly twice in a roll, shall we? Bam!
It's basically
Well,
you've straightened out and gained some skill. All right, and that's to spook it. So you take fire, and you still barely miss it, but you miss it very. You almost get it. You're close, but your intimidation is enough to spook it off of Yudah slightly.
Okay.
So that is your first success.
Woo!
Next person.
Did you say squeezes get
Acrobatics.
success,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
but they get successes? Okay. Wade is gonna try to acrobatics through some of this stuff to get out of the way.
Sure.
Get us a success if we can. 20.
And you manage to find this little gap in between these two Yalriks as they're going, and you squeeze in between those two, and you gain yourself a second success.
Now,
Gon, are you planning on doing anything?
I have climbing suckers, so I get a bonus when I'm climbing. Could I use this for whatever athletics?
For holding on to God.
Well, for doing the
Well, what are you trying to climb?
scramble. It's just like more climbing the terrain, like rocks and stuff.
Well,
hard
isn't it
terrain.
the way that it works is basically like suction cups?
Yeah, they're like gecko pads.
I can basically walk on walls.
Is it? Can you use it while sprinting, or can you use it while moving at a faster speed, or
I
is
move
it?
at- I move at 20 feet instead of 30.
So I would probably rule in this case no, just from it because it seems to be a deliberate motion that slows you down.
I will do the acrobatics then.
Okay.
I got 11.
And with that, you try to squeeze through and slide down off of a weight, and you are now on the ground, running beside.
No, wait! No! Don't leave me!
It's dramatic, you know. There's he gets off him accidentally, and then it's like, oh, they're reaching to each other. Oh, things are flying past them. Oh.
Yeah, this is the Lion King all over again. The stampeding herd.
I killed Mufasa. All right, Yudah, Rod, or Sophia?
Okay, I'll go for the scramble again.
Certainly.
Ugh, this is not the time.
And again, you stumble through. You trip over some long grass, and you stumble slightly.
Face down in the dirt. Death, take me now. Save me from another 3 weeks of this garbage.
Well, surely the whole trek through the jungle isn't just this encounter over and over and over again.
No, I just mean that like my rolling.
Or Sophia.
Yeah.
All right. Sophia has an idea. She, how bright is it out right now? Like, what time of day is it?
It's daytime.
Middle of the day, so that won't work. You know, this stinks because pretty much every skill she has a -1 or a -2 to that's in the list of skills we can use.
Yeah, this is unfortunately very restricted.
Well, and this is my problem with this adventure path to a certain extent, and I'm already going to be modifying this encounter because of it.
You know, I have a -1 to it, but I am going to try and scramble just as I
Alright.
can. That's the best I can do.
Make your roll.
Modified 20.
And that is enough. You end up scrambling through the thick grass and climbing over some of those rocks to get over, and you have earned yourself another success.
Woo!
Yudah.
Okay, so I'm kind of still in the heat of it. I think I'm probably going to try to navigate, see if there's a way I can get out of it. But for the purposes of attunement, is this still like 1 round, 2 round, 3 rounds attuned?
No, it's not exactly. You know what? Yeah, I'll say for this aspect, sure. Sure.
Okay, so I think next round we're going to try to spook them off by exploding. But in the meantime, I think I'm going to try to see if there's a way, you know, navigation. Is there any kind of side path before I get too close to whatever cliff they're all about to fly off? Is that perception?
It's navigation, so it's a survival.
Ugh.
Great. That's a critical fail. That's a 1.
Oh no. Well,
All you see is Yaruks. All you see is Yaruks.
Yarug's thousands of them.
All right. Can I get everybody to roll a reflex save as they crash through some trees, sending slivers of wood and splinters of wood everywhere?
do we still have a +2 on this?
No, because he's no longer distracting because of his action last round.
Fair enough. Well, here's hoping
Trying
it's
to be
good for
honest
something
here,
in Starfinder.
I goofed that up. That was supposed to be a modified 17, not a, or a modified 18, not a modified 20.
18 is still good enough.
Okay, just checking.
Barely.
So reflex.
Yes, a reflex save, please.
Yep, we're going back to real dice.
Yes. Let's do that. Let's do that.
All right. Gon succeeds. Wade. Gon-sol succeeds. Wade fails. Tommy succeeds. Rod fails. Okay, so anybody who got above a 14 takes a total of 4 damage from the wood splinters raining down on them for piercing. Anybody who did not get 14 receives 9 points of damage from the wood splinters piercing them.
Hooray for evasion!
It was a nightmare, but it lost all true.
One advantage is no minuses to any skill checks this time. All right, you guys are up. What do you guys want to do?
You know,
So who's
yeah.
down?
I'm gonna fail to scramble again. Sorry, Tommy, you were talking.
Like, I was just asking who's like in the ground, who's down, who's getting trampled, stuff like that.
Nobody's
No
been
one yet.
trampled yet.
Okay.
Yeah, somehow that 1 did not end me up underneath the wildebeest herd.
You're just getting a little too far away from you guys.
24 athletics.
24, you succeed as your harrowing failure last time has spurred you to great success in scrambling through this thick underbrush.
Yeah, I came to the realization I really don't want to die.
All right, next person.
No, I totally forgot that navigate was survival, and I have a +2 to that, so that's better than nothing. Better than a -1.
How many successes do we need again? Were we told?
We were not told. I can tell you what they tell me, which is you need
24.
three successes per character.
Jesus.
Per character?
Per
You
character.
guys need to pick up the slack.
So
Well,
you need,
that's-
as a group, to get
18.
18 successes.
Either choice to distract.
I'm reducing that to 12.
12 per person.
No.
I'm suddenly very pissed off at everyone who's just hiding.
I don't think you know what reduce means. It's increase.
You keep
I'm
using
on-
that
I'm
word.
on-
I'm not sure.
I'm on cold medication. I don't know what anything means.
Alright, so I'm gonna try and navigate this.
All right, make your navigation roll.
15.
And unfortunately, that is not enough. So you keep looking around, and all you see is Yaruks closing in around you.
Yarix. Thousands of them.
Now, going back to those climbing suckers, I actually get a +8 when I'm climbing.
Okay.
So, like, without the speed, would I be able to use that +8?
Without it depends on what you're trying to climb.
Trees, Yaruks, rocks, Wade, anything
Wait,
that's taller than me.
I'm waiting.
You know what? For humor's sake, I will allow you to climb Wade with your +8.
Oh!
That's a
Oh,
12.
you know,
However, it is still not enough.
Oh, now if this was a movie, this would actually be a very harrowing scene, because this poor little rat folk is trying to climb up on his like protector, and he can't get to him, and he's stuck in this stampede.
And they're closing in around you, and they're just running. Yep. I apologize if if I was feeling a little better, I think I could play this up a little bit better, but I apologize.
Well, it's a weird mechanic.
Alright.
It's a weird thing that they do here too. So with the way they've got it
Yeah.
moving.
So,
but,
next person up.
all right. Well, I know that Wade is going to try and squeeze back toward Gon
Okay.
with his acrobatic.
And that will succeed again. Very good. That is number 5. So you squeeze through and you're able to get back closer to Gon. We still have Yudah and 06.
06 is gonna go stand next to Yudah, and
Doesn't
We're gonna
06 have jump jets, or is this too grassy?
he does have jump jets.
You would have to run next to me, but we're going to do that. I say we totally give each other best friend hug and then jetpack to safety, like friggin' jet out of the mouth of the Sarlacc, the extended universe.
Unless you've got a jetpack, I'm pretty sure my 10 strength is not getting you anywhere.
Very heavy.
Just, ugh.
Now that I'm space plane style.
We're gonna keep trying the spooky thing. Bang,
Alrighty.
and boom. I have a feeling those both fail.
And you're just not concentrating enough on the shot, and you fire wide, and it does not appear to affect the Yarok.
Fair enough.
Does the spook garner a success when?
It can, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now I'm not going to supernova because you're right next to me, but I could
That would be bad.
stellar rush side and just kind of like maybe.
Is that a you can do that as a ranged attack as you run? Unfortunately,
Okay.
I would actually, you know what, I would say as a if you're going to use Stellar Rush, I would allow it in this case.
Yeah. To try to veer off and maybe get a spook on from anyone who.
Sure. Yeah,
suddenly-
that's fine. Yep.
Okay. Let's do it. And I guess that's still be intimidate.
So first you roll your attack
Okay. Cool. 1 sec. That's a modified 21.
versus EAC or KAC.
KAC.
Okay. As you're rushing forward, as you're rushing and rushing and rushing, just miss it as it runs by you.
I just kind of whiff it.
You do.
Jumble into nothing through a mess of legs. This is the worst.
You can still roll your intimidate. However,
It's true. I did explode like a beautiful fireball, man.
do you explode if you do not hit something?
No, I glow up into light and then I fly. That's what I mean by
Sure.
explode. Boom. That is pretty good though. I got a modified 23.
And that will be enough. Your blinding light as you're running through, it distracts and it just gets really scared by what this sudden bright light is. I keep forgetting what color of light did you decide on?
Gold and yellow.
Okay, this gold and yellow fiery light, and that's number 6 for your successes. You need to hit enter. Okay.
Halfway there.
The next, so that would be every of the PCs.
My dog's in
It is
my
now the Yarok's turn. And again, as you're running through, they're traveling through the trees. And again, they're running through, and this splinter of trees. I do need another reflex save from everybody. All right. Anybody who got over 14 takes 2 damage.
Over
14 or over. 14 or over. Anybody who got
How
under
much?
that takes 4. You would take 2 damage.
Our stamina is drained first, correct?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna try and navigate again, assuming it's our turn now.
Can't see the sheet. Good to it, George.
All right. Who's going first?
I will scramble again. I'm gonna try to get
Alright.
closer to Gon and Wade, actually, because Wade's probably like the only thing I can see over top of these Yarok.
I think these
Like-
things are much bigger than he is,
They are.
I'm like 13
Oh.
feet tall.
and they are gargantuan.
Oh, they're gargantuan?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
I
basically
did
six-legged
not-
elephants.
They kind of look like anteaters.
What the?
Yeah, a little bit.
Did
Elephants are only
anybody play Final Fantasy 15?
I put a picture of him in the Discord.
The big
Who
elephants
played
from Final Fantasy 15. Basically, you would go up to about their midsection, Wade. In this, like you're basically about as tall as one of the legs.
And everybody else is just like shooting at ankles.
Why are they scared of it? Well, why are they scared of mice? Okay.
Okay, so who's going first?
That's right. I can crawl up their trunk.
No.
Scary.
You'd have to have their face like
No,
in the
I'm a
ground.
little
if you were
mouse.
close enough.
Okay. Well, Colin said he was going to do something.
Yeah, I was gonna try and navigate, but I thought Rod was doing something.
You navigate first, and then I'll do my thing.
Okay. Modified 18.
Just let me get back to the thing here. And it navigates for modified 18. So you find this path leading away from where they're running, and you start making your way down there. That is your 7th success.
Alrighty, let's keep shooting and screaming.
Okay.
Oh,
Make your
It's a crit. Woo.
Boom. These things aren't necessarily like afraid of fire, are they?
not really, no.
Eddie?
So you deal. So that's 10 damage plus. Are you doing your trick attack? Well, not really at this point, I guess.
If I can,
So you
yeah.
do 10 damage.
If I'm allowed to do my triple attack, it does that much more.
Okay. So you, with that, would get a modified. Unfortunately, you do manage to hit it, but it is not enough to cause it to be spooked.
Wow.
Alright.
I will explain a little bit more off stream as to why, but yes. All right.
Yep.
Next person.
Okay, so I'm gonna scramble again. I am gonna try to get closer to Wade.
Sure.
because
Make
As,
your.
as I catch glimpses of Wade through the stampede, I notice that Gon is no longer on Wade's shoulders.
This must be really horrifying for a small creature like Gon. with him
Yeah.
being gargantuan.
And so Rod thinks, I could take his place on that shoulder.
Yes! Then we'll be the tallest. I got a 17 plus 8, so that's 25.
That'll do it. You scramble up on, and you scramble your way through the brush and over the rocks towards Gon and Wade.
And I'm guessing that's as far as I can get this round. I like, if I get
there you go.
I just
31.
want to hurl Gon at Wade.
Starts clambering up the lanky legs of Wade. Wade, all you feel is these suction cups against your skin and against your clothing as he starts climbing.
Used to it.
Ugh.
I'm used to it.
And that is your 9th success, Wade or Yudah.
Wade knows what he's going to do. He's going to look over at Rod and say, "Someone shot at them to startle it. Quick, move this way. I see an opening." And he'll roll.
Yeah, I heard the noise.
Acrobatics to squeeze through.
Either someone's got a piss poor sense of humor, or they know we're following them.
And with the suction cups against you, you're a little off put by it, and you just aren't able to get through the same way you want to.
It's really weird not being able to get through with these things. Me, not that much, but the humans and the medium creatures, they
Plus,
could
it's more
literally
the
run.
running of the feet.
Yeah, I guess it would be.
All 6 of them.
It's
All
right
right,
underneath them,
so
like a
Yudah.
sports car, Need for Speed.
That works.
Tyranid elephant things, not like exactly like that, but as big. And it's like those people could have ran around them. But yeah,
I'm gonna put my 6 limbs to work and get scrambling.
Alrighty, make your roll.
Showmanship is done. I'm getting the hell out of here. That's gonna be by 16.
And again, you're still scrambling. It's just not as easy as you were expecting, and unfortunately, does not succeed.
I'm starting to wonder if there were more than were in that clearing, because there seems to be a lot of Yarrows right now.
They're all just converging.
from across the plain.
All right.
A sound? Let's go!
The trumpeting, you can hear it from miles.
Yeah.
Nicola.
I was thinking more along. Okay,
Well, it's either that or from Scrubs. Bees. All right. So, I am going to. All right, Wade. I need you to roll a reflex for me, please. As the Yarok
great.
bonks into a tree and knocks it over on top of you,
That's lovely.
crashing into your path. and you do succeed, so you negate all damage. Thank the Lord. However,
Like-
everybody takes a -1 to acrobatics, athletics, or survival checks this phase.
Mm.
That's still
And
plus
it is
one.
now
Still better than the
your
negative
turn.
one.
It is still now your turn.
All right, I'm gonna try to spook it. This stealth check is for the purpose of my trick attack, and I get a +4 on whatever the dice says.
Okay.
I forget. I think the DC is 20 plus the CR. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
20
that would be
plus this-
24.
Yeah, no.
My
Unfortunately,
24 doesn't beat it
No.
because I get. Damn.
If it's 20 plus the CR,
Hmm.
no.
These things are like CR8
It is.
or something. All right. Well, that's even more terrifying. Try to shoot a dude. Bang. And I get spooky.
And unfortunately, neither of those hit.
Damn. All right, that's what I got.
All right. Survival as it is at +1 instead of a +2. Let's see what I can do. See if I can navigate through this and the tree and all that junk. That's a no. That's a big fat 5.
Nope. And again, you just see the feet, and all you're concentrating is the stamping feet.
14.
Unfortunately, and again, no. As you're trying to squeeze through, it does not appear to work. How you're trying to squeeze while you're on Wade.
We function as a singular unit, you know, so he just kind of moves.
All right, Wade, Rod,
Yeah,
or
we should
you.
get a-
It's a symbiotic relationship.
I shall continue to scramble. Only I will be slightly worse at it this time.
All right,
That's still a modified 20.
and that will succeed as you scramble through the thick underbrush and over the logs that have fallen in your way. Rod,
That's
and
like a
or
little
Wade.
bit. All right, squeeze through. 29 to squeeze.
And that will you 28 with the minus, but yes, you managed to get yourself and Gon in between these 2 feet that seem to be stamping down on you as you squeeze through to avoid being trampled.
Wade's like, be brave, Gon, be brave, we'll make it.
Gon is like touching the leg as we are like slipping past it, like dragging his paw across it.
All right, Rod. When I guess Rod is busy talking.
What? Oh, nope. You can talk bad about him when you can't say anything.
Rock got business. It's alright. He's probably a scramble man. Scramble man.
Oh, it's A-Rod. A-Rod's all on performance enhancing drugs and therefore has issues performing when it really counts.
What? Oh, poor.
I don't have issues performing. What?
No. You're just in trouble with the commission.
Why? What happened? What did I do when I wasn't here? Because I was talking to my grandfather.
Took steroids to be good at baseball. Alright.
Oh, is my head the size of a fucking watermelon now, or?
All right, you're up, Rod. You're the last person in this phase.
All right, I will attempt to scramble once more. The only proficient skill with which I possess. That'll be a 16.
And unfortunately, still no.
God
You
fucking damn
managed
it.
to get through the underbrush and you slip a little bit, but you're able to keep up with the pack. All right. So, okay. I am randomly selecting a character. Sophia.
Oh boy. Here we go.
So is
Does
Sophia.
a 23 hit your KAC?
Yeah, it does.
As one of the Yaruks comes up beside you and basically nudges you with one of its legs as it's running by, you end up taking 13 damage of bludgeoning.
Oh man.
Ooh,
The last
golly.
of my stamina.
Good thing we're resting later tonight. Yeesh.
Yeah.
And it is now
Yeah.
your turns.
All right. Let's see if we can get there this time. Here's the stealth check for the trick attack. It is still a 24, and that still does not get there. Bang. Man, this is not the time. Well, we'll try the intimidate check. Intimidate check looks pretty good, though.
And the intimidate does you shoot at the one that just hit Sophia, and it veers off. And as it does, you notice that there's a stone bridge that you guys are able to see ahead of you. And you seem to be able to. The stampede seems to be slowing down slightly as you run across. the bridge, and everybody seems to come to it about the same time.
Wade yells, "To the bridge of Khazad-dûm! I saw it on a
Da, da,
movie."
da. Bum, bum, bum.
And this bridge of ancient elven design seems to support yourself easily. However, the Yarok that you just spooked and pissed right off seems to be chasing after you.
Oh boy.
And it lands on the bridge, and the bridge collapses with the Yarok dropping into the pit below.
Do we make it?
Never mind. I retract my previous comment.
He shall not pass!
And you enter into an area of a clearing.
Does anyone know where we are?
And
We
we're
are
going
safe.
Is
to
everyone okay?
call it there.
I
Next
haven't
time.
run that much in 8 years.
I have never ran that much. Wade's on all fours, holding his heart. He's like,
That was a
it
good
may explode.
6 minutes of sprinting, essentially.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
Sophia's looking there. She's got some blood dripping from her nose. But other than that, she's
Got some
all right.
olive oil dripping.
That was
Yeah,
so much
well-
worse than college.
I'm catch up. I'm just doing like a brisk run in the spot. Like, come on, guys.
Oh yeah, when you're
Alright.
driving the drugs.
It is
College
scarier than the
No,
college.
I meant when I was in college.
It is scarier than the university, but it's not as frustrating.
Can we rest up a bit? Take 10 minutes because I'm not feeling well.
Well, we will find out next episode when we reconvene if that is possible or not.
Ba, ba, ba,
I'd like to thank
ba.
everybody for tuning in. Make sure to follow us on all the social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. I always forget every single one. They will be in the doobly-doo down below. Remember to take a look at our Patreon page. And thank you again to Sirenscape for the soundboard. It makes things so much more fun. Anything else that I'm forgetting before we sign off? Other than, of
Did
course,
you like what we do here? Do you
please,
like our buddy?
please subscribe so that Kane will run a game for you all.
They're so gung ho for me to run this one shot.
Yeah, I want
It's
to see it
weird.
happen.
Do
Are
it
you
for
just
Kane.
what,
What Al is
you want me to
doing in
fail?
the-
Is that what you're hoping? Is that
down
we're
there.
gonna get there and it's gonna be terrible and you're gonna be able to give me crap for it?
No.
And that we all know that once you run for them, you'll have no excuse but to run for us.
I don't think that's true.
Better run through.
We can make it win.
Better run, or
Yeah.
you'll get trampled by whatever these things. Yarug.
Yarks.
Don't get trampled by Yarux. Run.
Run or die.
Run, 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 run away.
Run, Wade, run.
Before we break into full karaoke mode,
Ah,
you guys also go and subscribe to Black Dragon Gaming,
Yo.
as you can find us playing around over there too, and the Lordly Caliber, or talking about different CR monsters in the past.
Make it
Well,
work.
I think they know. I
So-
think they all know about Black Dragon Gaming. Soon everyone will know about Black Dragon Gaming.
And what
That's
do
the
you,
plan, right?
With their more than
That is the
double our
Dra-
subscription numbers.
Are they 160 now? No, they're
I'm at
200
like
now, aren't they?
They're over 200, which is much more than double 80.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much, and we will see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Actually, are we off next week?
Bye.
Oh yeah, we're off next. We're off next
Yeah,
week.
Greg, you
Bye.
lied.